Hi everybody, my name is Barry Schwartz. This is the Search Buzz video recap. Today is Friday, May 18th, and this is the news we covered over the past week at the Search Engine Roundtable at seroundtable.com. Some Penguin stuff to talk about. So yesterday around, 1 or 2 o'clock in the afternoon, I noticed that I found the thread that noticed that if you do a certain type of command in Google, it's possible that Google might be showing you pre-Penguin results. So the example was do a search for something that you ranked for, let's say blue widget, and add to that minus, like for example, Amazon.com. You can do a minus. You can do a bunch of domains. It doesn't have to be Amazon per se. And then it would show you pre-Penguin results according to all these webmasters. We literally have like around 70 comments on this post. Most of them are saying, yes, it actually does work. I've tested it on a few things. I don't know what the pre-Penguin results were actually beforehand, but it does seem to say, for one example that I tried, there was a result on page 27, but when I used this command, it actually brought the the result to page 2. So it's pretty significant. I'm not sure if it actually works, but back during the sandbox, there was a query hack like this as well, and that seemed to work as well, so it's very curious. Again, we have that post on May 17th. Give it a try. It's pretty neat. We wrote this week twice, actually, that we think there might be a Penguin update or a Panda update or some type of update going on based on the chatter and the emails that I'm getting from the community. People still think it, but Google told me it's not both times. Google said there's no Panda update, there's no Penguin update, there's no update that they're aware of. So they told me that's not happening. But there's definitely a lot of chatter about different updates going on in Google, the search results changing, traffic from Google changing drastically over the past few days or so. So we have a post about that on May 16th, and another post about that, which we call Penguin 1.1, which wasn't, on May 14th. So if you want to learn more about that, definitely take a look. Also, we reported, and Google did not comment on this, but I asked them to, was that free directories seem to be dropping out of the Google search results. A webmaster world thread said that about 50% of this guy's directories have dropped out. He noticed that 50% of these free directories dropped out. But David Harry and his team over at Search News Central went ahead and did analysis of several hundred free web directories and noticed that about 16% or more so of them have been delisted from Google. He's not sure if they were listed yesterday or 2 days ago, but they are delisted now. They're no longer showing up in Google. Google then has not commented, but it's a major topic for the SEO industry to say who've been using free directories in order to get links. Big news. Sorry. Big news this week was Google launched their Google Knowledge Graph. They launched these things called knowledge panels. I don't see it yet, but it's pretty cool. It's basically answers within the search results, and Ask.com has been doing this for years. Bing has been doing this. Google even has been doing this for, in some sense, for a while. But it's pretty cool how it does it. You do a search for, let's say, my name, and I'll show you screenshots. It brings up 2 Barry Schwartzes, the prettier one and the uglier one. And then if you click on, for example, the uglier one, you'll get a snippet pretty much of Wikipedia stuff. Of my bio and when I was born and other factual information, plus my latest post on Google+. It also says people also search for Barry Schwartz, also search for people like Danny Sullivan, Matt Cutts, Vanessa Fox, John Patel, and Marissa Meyer. So it definitely is pretty cool in how it works. It's still rolling out to people. I personally don't see it, and they're still expanding on how it works. But it definitely is rolling out. John Mueller over at Google went ahead and said that in a webmaster help thread that if you stuff your title attributes, not the title tag, obviously title tag, whatever, but if you stuff your title attributes, the thing that you can use to describe what a link in your anchor text links are, that is considered sneaky and could have hurt you in the search results. John said, it looks like a lot of content on that page is hidden behind title attributes. To our algorithms, that might look a bit sneaky, and in practice, it does not make much sense, so I recommend going through your pages and making sure you're using the title attributes as they would normally be used. Anyway, it's just another brain-dead example. Do not keyword stuff anything, specifically things that are hidden, like title attributes. Another thing John Mueller said this week in Google Webmaster, Google's John Mueller said in Google Webmaster help thread, was that if it doesn't understand the code base, like obviously Google understands HTML, it knows some JavaScript, it knows a lot of different markup languages. But if it doesn't understand certain markup languages being used, it will ignore the markup languages and pull out any text that it understands from that from within the markup language from it. Again, it's something that you probably think would be obvious, but Google has got a record saying that it does do that. So if you use a markup language that it doesn't understand, maybe some latest, greatest HTML5 markup language, and it doesn't understand it, the text within that markup language that it does understand, it will pull out and use in its algorithms. Talking about Google updates, we possibly saw some type of big search update. I'm not exactly sure. There was a Webmaster Rule thread that had people saying that there was a high index count at one point and then it dropped about 50% in terms of the pages indexed on their website. My sites have not seen a drop in index rates. However, we have seen an increase, a dramatic increase, from 20,000 impressions to about 75,000 impressions in Bing's Webmaster tools for our website, my website, Search Engine Roundtable. Plus, we saw a lot of fluctuations in crawl rates. So the big question is, have you seen any changes? And I'm not sure if there was a big update or not, but there's definitely a lot of discussion around it. For those who love videos and like watching videos, Vanessa from Google, who's in charge, who's a community manager at the Google Places and Google Maps forum, went ahead and she's now doing these weekly video recaps. She started this week. It's pretty good. She recaps all the important topics over Google Places and Google Local. And this week she talked about the new interface launch for the bulk upload, new offers interface, technical fixes like we do not support this location, uploading photos bugs, and a couple other bugs. Plus, she gave best practice tips such as put the suite number of your office in the address 2 line, not the address 1 line. And she also discussed some other interesting threads that she saw. So if you do want to watch more videos, we have a post about how to get to those videos on May 16th at seroundtable.com. Yahoo lost another CEO this week. It's just crazy. I told you what's going on last week about basically Scott Thompson, who was named CEO about 4 months ago in January, has officially resigned. The resignation probably came for a bunch of reasons, but what tipped the boat was that reportedly or allegedly he lied on his resume saying that he has a master's or something in computer science, when in fact the school he went to didn't even have a degree or program in computer science. That set off a whole thing of blogs and news posts and things from the investors, and he was ousted on Sunday. And replacing him will be Ross Levinson, who will be the interim CEO until they find the replacement. Some people want him to stay in there permanently, but we'll see. Anyway, this looks horrible for Yahoo. They've been through tons of CEOs in the past several years, and the company just looks horrible after this. And I was hoping they wouldn't do this, even though I'm not a big fan of him, but it still just looks bad for the company. Speaking of business, NASDAQ has officially listed, as of right now, I think a few hours ago actually, Facebook on the NASDAQ. He has his ticker. It's in the system. It's FB, as in Facebook. The shares were set at $38. I know some people got into the IPO. I did not, but I hope to buy some shares when it goes out. I'm not sure if I will be able to, but I'll try. And the question is, will you? And we have it reminds me a lot of the Google IPO, and when that went public at $85 a share, I thought that was way overvalued. And look at it now; it's at $623. It's just crazy. You got to see this video. There's a video parody of Matt Cutts, basically taking all of those YouTube help videos that Matt Cutts produced, or a lot of them, mashing it together and making it one of the most funniest videos I've seen, at least in the SEO industry, where the parody is called "How to Rank #1 in Google" by Matt Cutts, and he basically several videos mashed up. It's hilarious. You got to take a look at this. I have it on May 15th at seroundtable.com. You just do a search maybe for "How to Rank #1 on Google" by Matt Cutts, or go to our blog at seroundtable.com and click on the Google News section and look at the May 15th post. This was created by Sam Applegate. Unbelievable stuff. I think he spent about a few days doing it, and it was definitely worthwhile. Definitely made a lot of people smile in the SEO industry, especially after the whole penguin and panda stuff that's been hurting people. And this past week was the Happy Mother's Day logo on Sunday. And we have lots of logos from Google, Yahoo, and a bunch of other search engines. To all those mothers out there, happy Mother's Day. And hope you're doing well. And thanks again for reading and listening. Today there is also a Doodle for Google winner on the Google homepage. That person won a $30,000 scholarship, college scholarship, and a bunch of other things, so it's pretty cool. And that's about it. Thanks so much for listening to the Search Buzz video recap. See you guys next week. Today is May 18th, and everyone have a great weekend. Bye.